Hello everyone, welcome back to the tutorials. So in previous session we have studied about the factors affecting permeability. After that we have studied about the discharge velocity and seepage velocity. So discharge velocity is denoted by V, it is also called as theoretical velocity. Seepage velocity is denoted by Vs, it is also called as mm, actual velocity. So you can see over here. Next, we are going to study the permeability of stratified soil or permeability of layer by layer soil. So in case of stratified soil or layer by layer soil, depositions of each other may be homogeneous. So you can see over here, stratified soil means layer by layer deposition of each layer may be uh, homogeneous or isotropic. So each layer might be homogeneous or it might be isotropic. But when we consider flow through entire deposit, the average permeability of deposit will vary with direction of flow related to bedding plane. So what they are saying is, if the flow is parallel to bedding plane and if the flow is perpendicular to bedding plane, that is very important compared to homogeneous or isotropic behavior of layer by layer soil, because entire flow will be depending upon the direction of the flow with respect to bedding plane. The average permeability parallel to bedding plane will be greater than uh, perpendicular bedding plane. So this point you have to remember. Average permeability parallel to bedding plane will be greater than perpendicular to bedding plane. So this is what we have written in here. You can see average permeability parallel to bedding plane will be greater than average permeability perpendicular to bedding plane. Similarly, average permeability parallel to bedding plane will be greater than perpendicular to bedding plane. So K2 is greater than K1. Next you can see over here, first case, average permeability parallel to bedding plane. So when the flow is parallel to bedding plane, what is the average permeability? How to find out that average permeability is we are going is the thing which we are going to study today. So let Z1, Z2, Z3 till Zn be the thicknesses of the layers. So Z1, Z2 till Zn are thicknesses of the layers with permeabilities K1, K2, K3 till Kn. So these are the values of coefficients of permeability for respective thicknesses of the layers. So we say that for flow parallel to bedding plane, the hydraulic gradient I will be same. So you can see hydraulic gradient will not change for the flow parallel to bedding plane because it is not crossing any layers. Okay, so it will be same for all the layers. So total discharge from all the layers is taken as Q. So Q will be equal to Q1, Q2 till Qn. So discharge from layer 1, layer 2 till layer n. So if we find out the sum, we can get the total discharge. If Kx denotes the average permeability, here Kx denotes the average permeability in x direction or parallel direction we can call. So parallel to bedding plane, applying the Darcy's law. So when I apply the Darcy's law, according to Darcy's law, Q is equal to uh, K into I into A. So here K is Kx, I am going to keep as it is because hydraulic gradient will not change for any of the layers. So Z is nothing but cross-sectional area. So if I consider unit width, you can see A is equal to B into Z, B into D. Actually, D here is depth, here is Z we have considered. So B into Z. So if I consider B as a unity, considering unit width, so A will be equal to Z. So in place of A, I have kept Z over here. Next, for individual layers, we are having Q1 is equal to K1I into Z1, Q2I into Z2, uh, Q2 is equal to K2 into I into Z2. Similarly, Qn is equal to Kn into I into Zn. So total is equal to, you can see Kx into I into Z means K1I Z1 plus K2I Z2 plus so on Kn I Zn. So this is a total discharge. So you can see here, if I want to find out Kx, how I can write it? So Kx means average permeability in x direction, or average permeability of a soil, stratified soil, and the flow is parallel to bedding plane. So this same equation I am going to use, and I am going to move this I and z on other side. So if I take I and z on other side, so z I have kept as it is. So I and all the i's from top will get cancelled. So kx is equal to k1 z1 plus k2 z2 plus so on kn zn divided by z. So where z is equal to z1 plus z2 plus till zn. So this is the equation which is going to give us average permeability when the flow is parallel to bedding plane. Okay, so just go through it. Okay, further you can see over here, case 2, average permeability when the flow is perpendicular to bedding plane. For the flow perpendicular to bedding plane, so you can see these are the bedding planes and the flow is perpendicular to bedding plane. So this is a perpendicular to bedding plane. So for flow perpendicular to bedding plane, the discharge small q will be same for all the layers. So you can see whatever the amount of water which is entering over here, the same amount of water is going to leave over here. Similarly, whatever the water which has entered, same amount of water which is going to leave. So discharge for all the layers will be same. So considering gross area of cross section of flow, so area is equal to area of voids plus area of soil solids. The velocity of flow as a v will be same for all the layers. So velocity will be same for all the layers, area will be same for all the layers. The total head loss will be the sum of head losses from individual layers. So you can see discharge will be same, velocity will be same because same amount of water is entering. Similarly, area of cross section we are going to take for all the layers, but only thing which is going to change is total head loss from here to here is sum of head losses in all the layers. So I can write it as h is equal to h1 plus h2 plus so on hn. So total head loss is equal to this equation. For kz denotes average permeability perpendicular to bedding plane. So there kx has denoted, here kz is going to denote the average permeability perpendicular to bedding plane. So applying the Darcy's law, v is equal to k into I. So here I is equal to h, that is head lost divided by z. So head lost divided by z I have written as it is. So h I have taken on other side. So h is equal to v into z divided by kz. So for individual layer, head lost is equal to h1 is equal to v into z1 divided by k1. So z1 is thickness of the layer, k1 is average permeability of that particular layer or permeability of layer 1. So h1 is equal to v into z1 divided by k1, h2 is equal to v into z2 divided by k2. Similarly, you can see hn is equal to v into zn divided by kn. So by using equation number 1, I am going to write, so total permeability is equal to vz divided by kz is equal to or else I can write it as v divided by kz is equal to, sorry, v into z divided by kz is equal to v into z1 divided by k1 plus v into z2 divided by k2, so on v into zn divided by kn. So kz is equal to, I am going to take kz on other side, rest of the things on one side. So z is at the top, other things are going to come at the bottom. So v on right hand side and left hand side are going to get cancelled mutually. So kz is equal to z divided by z1, z divided by, in the denominator, z1 divided by k1 plus z2 divided by k2 plus so on zn divided by kn, where z is equal to z1 plus z2 till zn. So z is equal to total thickness of all the layers, z1, z2, z3, these are individual thicknesses of layers. So you can see over here, for average permeability when the flow is perpendicular to bedding plane is given by this particular formula, and average permeability flow when the flow is parallel to bedding plane is given by this particular formula. Okay, so you can go through these formulas. Just you need to remember this very important 2 points, that is total discharge when the flow is parallel to bedding plane is equal to sum of all the discharges from the layer. Here total head lost when the uh, flow is perpendicular to bedding plane is nothing but head lost in sum of head lost in all the layers. So you can just go through it. You need to remember the formulas. Okay, so you need to remember the formulas. So this formula you need to remember, and this formula also you need to remember. Next you can see we are going to solve few of the examples from this particular content. So examples on soil stratification. Calculate the horizontal and vertical. Calculate the horizontal and vertical permeabilities of soil deposits. So what they are saying, calculate horizontal and vertical permeabilities of soil deposits. Horizontal also and vertical also means parallel to bedding plane also and perpendicular to bedding plane also. Consisting of three layers. So layer thicknesses they have given with permeabilities. So values of K1, K2, K3 they have given. So meter per second, in meter per second they have given. These values they have given in centimeter. So be aware of units which they are using. So I have drawn the diagram over here. So what we need to find, Kx and Kz. So average permeability parallel to bedding plane, average permeability perpendicular to bedding plane, we need to find out. So first one, average permeability parallel to bedding plane. So for parallel to bedding plane we are having the formula like this. So this is perpendicular. So for parallel to bedding plane, this is the formula which we are having. So we move further. So the formula is Kx is equal to K1 into Z1 plus K2 into Z2 plus K3 into Z3. As there are three layers, I am going to stop here, divided by total Z. So you can see total Z is equal to Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3, that is 1.5 plus 1.8 plus 2. So I have converted these centimeter quantities to meter. So centimeter divided by 100 is going to give us the meter. So it is 1.5, 1.8 and 2 meter. So same thing in same manner I have substituted in the formula. Kx is equal to 10 to the power minus 5 into 1.5. So this I am substituting K1 10 to the power minus 5 into 1.5 plus 10 to the power minus 7. So this I am substituting into 1.8 plus 10 to the power minus 9 into 2 divided by 1.5 plus 1.8 plus 2. So same I have substituted, that is going to give us Kx is equal to 0.286 into 10 to the power minus 5 meter per second. So it is going to give us the answer. Meter per second is the answer. So average permeability perpendicular to bedding plane. So Kz is equal to Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3, that is total Z divided by Z1 divided by K1 plus Z2 divided by K2 plus Z3 divided by K3. As there are three layers, I am going to keep it as it is. So Kz is equal to, I am going to substitute the values. So Z1 is 1.5, Z2 is 1.8, Z3 is 2.0. So in the same way, I am going to substitute all these values and I am going to get the answer for Kz. Remember, answer for K is, unit for K is meter per second. So answer we have got. So this is when the flow is perpendicular to bedding plane. In the same way, I am going to solve the example from 2015 question paper. So in which they say that determine the average coefficient of permeability in horizontal and vertical direction for a deposit consists of three layers. Thicknesses are 5 meter, 1 meter and 2.5 meter and having coefficient of permeability of 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 mm per second, 3 into 10 to the power minus 5 mm per second and 4 into 10 to the power minus 2 mm per second. Assume layers are isotropic. So don't worry about that. Just to confuse you, they have given this. So Z1 is equal to 5, Z2 is equal to 1 and Z3 is equal to 2.5 they have given. So what I have to do now, I have to draw this particular diagram. So after drawing this particular diagram, I need to mark all the quantities. So they have given the thicknesses of the layers. So first one is 5 meter, second one is 1 meter, and third one is 2.5 meter. K1 is 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 mm per second. Similarly, K2 and K3 they have written. So you can see over here K1, K2, K3 they have written. So in the same manner I am going to substitute the values. So in the same way I have substituted the values, but you can see over here one parameter is given in meter and another parameter is given in mm per centimeter. But I am not converting this because this parameter I am substituting in mm per second. This parameter I am substituting in meter. This and this parameter. Even in the denominator also I am substituting in meters. So meter and meter will get cancelled. Mm per second will remain. Or else you can convert it and you can solve the example by same means. Okay, so I have substituted all the quantities. After that I have got the answer for Kx as 0.0294 mm per second. Mm per second is a unit. Now average coefficient of permeability in vertical direction means vertical to perpendicular to bedding line. So for that I am having the formula like this: Kz is equal to Z divided by Z1 divided by K1 plus Z2 divided by K2 plus Z3 divided by K3. So what is Z? Z is total thicknesses of all the layers. So Z is going to given as Z1. Z is a sum of all the thicknesses, that is Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. So I have kept it as at the as a numerator. In denominator I am going to substitute the values. Same technique I have used over here. I have not converted the meter into mm because in numerator and denominator I am substituting quantities in meter. So those both the meters will get cancelled. So in same trick I have used and I have got the value for Kz as Kz is equal to 2.53 into 10 to the power minus 4 mm per second. So you can just go through these problems. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Next is next point which we are going to study in next class is determination of permeability. So permeability, how to determine the permeability or how to determine the value of K. You can observe one thing over here in problems which we have solved till today or else till this session, the value of K is given. But how to find out this value of K? Because if I know the value of K, I can easily say the permeability. So K value is denotation for permeability. So how to find out the value of K? What are the different methods to find out the value of K, or else coefficient of permeability? We are going to study in next session. So in that we are going to study few of the laboratory experiment here and a few another laboratory experiment we are going to study in the lab. Here we are going to study the uh, field tests which we are going to conduct to determine the permeability. Okay, so in next session we are going to continue. Thank you.